this video, we are going to be getting our two roof panel assemblies ready. So that includes mounting the servo, mounting the bracket for awnings opening and closing. So the first thing we want to do is remove the clear plastic that's on there. Okay. And then we want to look at and see, it's super important at this stage that we understand how this panel is going to be going on our greenhouse. So here I have letter D. That is going to be matching up with our panel D, okay, on the greenhouse. All right, so I wanted to point that out. D is going to be facing up. So I'm going to flip this over because we're going to start by placing our servo bracket here, and we want to make sure that's in the right orientation. So some of your 3D prints might have some of this support material on here. Some may not. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take a pair of side cutters, cut it off. Okay, scissors don't work very well. I would strongly recommend side cutters. You can get in there and cut it. It's got a little bit more rigidity when you cut. So now we have our material here. And then we're going to open up a servo packet. Don't lose any of the parts that are in the servo. Okay, we have all these levers that attach onto our servo itself. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. So this is our servo. It's going to be mounting into on our roof. Okay, so that the bottom part is down. All right. So in order to do that, I'm going to take my servo bracket. Okay, and it's going to be placed just like that. All right. So I can take my screws. Okay, I'm going to screw it from the other side in. So the screw will come in from the top of the panel in. Okay, and then I'm going to put a nut on it. Like your next bolt, place it in there. Put the nut on. So this is going to be the front of my panel, like this. Okay, the servo is facing the bottom. All right, so now we're gonna do it on the next panel. So I'm going to do one step at a time. So I'm going to take the other panel over here. Okay, this is C. Okay, so if I take my front panel, C is going to be facing the other C. Okay, it's important to note that our servo is always going to be closest to the front of our greenhouse. So here's my next servo panel holder. Grab my servo. Okay, again, this is going to be mounted from the top. So I want my servo, and they're upside down, so it's going to be actually this way. So I place this in here. The servo, the knurled part of the servo is down. Okay, or not down. It's a little it's lower. Okay, so I'll get my screw started from the top. Nut started on the back. All right, we'll take the other pan screw, put it on there. So once we have the servos on, it's now time to mount the hinges that are going to be opening and closing this lid. So a couple things we want to point out here. We're working with this panel where it has F here, so I'm going to grab the same panel that has F on it here. Okay, so if I take a look at this, it says F. All right, so this is going to be the hood that's going to go up. I want to take two brackets. Now these two brackets, I'm taking two at one time because I want you to see how they go together. Okay, so then insert in, and there's a flat side, Okay, so see how there's a flat side and there's a round side? Okay, so that flat side is going to be the one that's down, and then the top side is going to be up. Okay. So next thing I want to point out is see how these go in together? Okay. That's important that when we put the next one on that they go on together too the same way. And I'll show you when we do the next one. So I'll start by taking this bottom bracket. This is going to be going in here like so. So take your screw. This is going to go on the top of the panel. Right or not on. So it's going to go in like that. All right. So then my next one, I want it to be the opposite. So see how this now goes on this way? All right, and the reason that we're doing this is so that this door panel doesn't slide off. Okay? So we'll take these out so they don't fall. Put my screw in. Put that on the back. Put these tight. Okay. So I'm just going to tighten them up a little bit more with the screwdriver. You don't need to make them super tight right now. We want to line everything up, just like anything else we've been doing on here. Just get them snug so we can position them, but not tight enough where we can't move them. Okay. And then just one more time show you, these are going to go in here like so. Like so. And they're going to line up on the top. Okay, that way. So now to know the orientation, let's go ahead and put these on. Again, flat side down. Now while these are still loose, we can put our panel in. And it's important that they're loose so that we can get them snug. All right? So it's closed. Okay. And once it's in there, we can secure these tight. Secure this one tight. Okay, I'm just going to tighten the bottom ones. Now this should open and close freely. So I have it open, should fall down, which is what we want. So it's open, should fall down. Gravity should. If you got to loosen any of these and adjust them, go ahead and do that. We want these to be positioned so that it can, again, open, close, open, close. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other panel. I'm going to put this off to the side. We're going to have the other panel. So I'm going to get my orientation set up properly. So this is going to be the front of my greenhouse. Okay. This is going to go on this way. Okay, my E's are lined up on this side. Okay, I have my holes mounted here. Okay, so again, we'll start with that. I have my hinge there, so go ahead and take your screw, put it in. So now everything looks good. Adjust it where I want it, and then screw it in. All of these things are going to be adjusted as we build our greenhouse, so don't get hung up if things aren't adjusting right. I want them now because when you put this on the roof, you're going to be tightening stuff down and adjusting it and calibrating everything, making sure it's good. So like Okay. Looks good. Now it's time to take the bracket that is going to be connected to the servo. Okay, in order to do that, we want to make sure that it's in the proper orientation. So I have my E on this side, my E on that side. It means that this is going to be going upside down here. So it's a little bit difficult to fit this. The nut actually has to go in first. Okay, so it slides right underneath there. Right. Once it's slid underneath, take your screw, put it through the top. Then you're going to line them up. Take your screwdriver, start threading it in. So you can see there. So line this up. Okay, so it should fit like that. All right. Now we're going to take our servo lever, which is this one here. Okay, we're going to place it on servo like that. We want to connect the servo to that pin with our paper clip. Okay, so you have a paper clip. Go ahead and open it up a little. Okay, I'm just going to take it, I'm going to cut it right where the bend is. So it looks like this. Open it up. So it looks like an L. I'm going to feed it in here. Okay, and then we want to feed it in to this lever here. And so the easiest way to do that is to feed the lever first. Okay. Then you're going to open up easier just to put it through like that. Okay. You're going to close it on there. Your thumb. Okay, so see this here? The two are connected. Just like that. I'll try to get a better picture. Just like that. Okay. Then you can connect with it closed the servo back to the actuator. So now when that servo opens it, lifts it up. The servo closes it, puts it down. All right, now we're going to repeat this for the second side. Okay, just like that. Now I can goes on, hinge on the door, then put the lever on there. So now when this opens and closes, the lever will close the lid down, and the lever will open the lid. Perfect. Now these roof panels are ready to get mounted to the greenhouse.